Okay, we're live now.
I think I'll commit a crime.
Yeah, you're gonna commit a crime.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I think. Oh, 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 and we're live. Okay, cool. And we have an excellent connection this time. that's now. Don't take my word for it. That's just what YouTube says.
What was it last time?
Not good. Not good. Let's see.
Get over on YouTube.
Alright, I've got to. Right.
Oh, your microphone sounds really good.
Oh, does it? Does it sound really good now? Oh, cool.
Yeah, that sounds way better.
I don't
For some reason,
like a robot.
Last stream, it sounded like you weren't even the one like hosting it. Like that's how bad the connection was on your end.
And the sad thing is, I was hosting it.
Okay. I need to share an experience with you that I don't know if it's universal.
Before you do that, do me a real quick favor. Can you link the stream in the general chat so I can put it as a post on my Twitter so that everyone can know that we're live?
Yeah.
Thank you, my dear.
Yeah, fuck you.
Love you too.
Okay, so I need to know if this is universal.
Okay.
Right. Do you guys have Yankee Candle stores down there? I'm assuming, right?
Not everywhere, but we do have them.
I would be so happy to get like 3 Yankee Candle candles for Christmas.
Oh yeah?
And I don't know how to communicate that. Because Yankee Candle candles are like stupid expensive. However,
well, that's why you asked for them for Christmas.
I went to Walmart. The Holy Land of Walmart.
The Holy Land, yes.
The Holy Land. You know, wipe your feet before you enter. We went into Walmart, and they sold Yankee Candles there for like $20 less than what they sell them in the store.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's because Yankee Candle wants your fucking money, baby.
I don't understand that. See, okay, but this is something that I'm noticing is like common because you know me that I'm an Apple person when it comes to my headphones.
Yes.
Call me bougie, if you will. And
yeah, I just get the cheap ass Scullies, which is why I sounded so bad.
I used to do that, but for some reason the Apple ones. I mean, I still have to replace them every now and then, but they can handle my abuse better than the Scullies.
The fuck you abusing them for?
Oh, I go through my headphones. Oh, child.
Child. My word.
I don't know what it is that I do that hurts them so, but I'd say I'd go through like one pair of headphones maybe every like 3 to 4 months. But anyways, that's not important.
Jesus.
What's the average number of headphones that you go through before you replace it?
I get one pair of headphones at the store. One. And it'll last me for almost a year or better, should the cats not eat them.
I call bullshit on that. I don't believe that. I've never had a pair of headphones that lasted me more than like 5 months.
I also don't apparently torment them like you do.
You know what I think it is? It's because I can't sleep without ASMR.
Oh, you sleep with yours on.
I sleep with mine on.
Ah.
And I always wake up with them like wrapped around my throat or like underneath my body, like in some position that I did not fall asleep in them with. Like, I'm sure that's not doing any favors. I have a pair. I recently replaced my old pair, but the old pair haven't broken yet. I just replaced them preemptively because they were getting there. And the major damage on them is that right at the headphone jack, they're bent. They're bent at about like maybe like a 70-degree angle.
Oof. Child. How do you...
take a picture of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a picture of it and put it in general chat.
Yeah.
But now what I do is that when I'm going to bed, I use this bent 70-degree angle headphones instead. So I don't have to worry about damage being done because they're already damaged. And then when I'm going through my life, I have the other ones that I bought. Can you see the bend in it?
Hold on, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, a little bit. My God, how do you do that? How? I'm putting this on the doodle board. I'm putting your shame on the doodle board.
No, oh god, I did it worse one time.
Oh.
No, listen to this. So what happened was this was back when I had my desk, so this was a while ago. This was like sophomore year of high school, so like 5 years ago. And I was going to sit down in the chair with my phone in my pocket and the headphones sticking out as they do. And I guess the headphones caught the arm of the chair, so they just straight up snapped.
Oh! Oh no.
And the connector bit was still in my phone.
How do you manage these things, Joss? How do you do this to your headphones?
I don't know. It's a wonder that my phone is still like functional.
God.
My phone has seen so many deaths.
Yeah. Alright. So, we're starting the stream now. I'm pulling up the doodle board. Oh. And... But yeah, I don't understand how you do that to your headphones. I don't understand how people go through that many headphones. Unless they're like...
Did I ever tell you the tale of my Beats headphones?
No. But why am I terrified?
I had a pair of Beats headphones. And I think I was given them for Christmas. Super excited. They were great, you know. Very loud. You know, destroy my eardrums. Perfect.
As one does.
And I took them to school, which was my first...
That's your first mistake.
My first issue. Yeah, it was my first mistake. But this was the same school where, like, the boys thought it was funny to, like, grab your stuff and run with it.
Oh,
so,
no. This
did that.
This sounds vaguely familiar.
A kid did that with my headphones. And I don't want to say that I chased him because this was back when I was like still very heavy and I cannot run even now. So imagine back then. And I was like just like waiting for him to get it out of his system and bring it back to me because it's like he was a shithead kid, but he was like kind of in my friend group, so I wasn't worried about him stealing them or anything. But this bitch is running like laps around the track and field with my headphones. And eventually, I guess he got bored of it, so he's coming towards me to give me my headphones. As he's fucking holding them out to me for me to take them, he drops them. And I pick them up, and they are cracked directly in the middle of the headband.
Oh.
Like, cracked like a fucking egg. Like, you could see, like, the wire on the inside.
Oh. I think I remember this. You were so upset coming home.
I was fucking pissed. Because now, not am I I am now out of a great pair of headphones, but now I need to explain to my fucking parents, A, that I brought these headphones to school when they told me not to, and B, they are fucking broken.
Jesus. Through no fault of your own, surprisingly.
That doesn't matter. Death will be swift.
Death will be swift.
Death is imminent.
Imminent.
Enema.
Hello, this stream is
Death
for kids.
Enema. Are enemas not safe for work?
I wouldn't say that they are, but they've been mentioned now, so too late to go back.
They're a medical thing. I learned that in nursing school. Anyways. Yeah. Surprisingly, when I told my parents, I didn't die. Well, I don't know how I managed to not get killed. My brother... my brother tried helping me, like, fix them. Oh, God. It didn't work, though, because what he did... Don't sigh. What he did is that
it's just the way you said it. It didn't work, though.
Because you know what we did? We tried melting them together.
Oh,
He
no.
had a fucking, like, what is it, the solder?
A soldering
He had one
iron.
in the backyard. So he tried melting it. And, no.
Nah,
All it did was just turn it, like, to charcoal. That's all it did.
Oof. I would have first tried tape.
God. The things we do, huh?
Yeah. I mean, that's not as crazy as me trying to paint my Jack Frost staff for the first time.
Go ahead.
I've told you this story before, I swear I have.
I know, but...
Oh, yeah, because of the stream. So, my dumb ass, was trying to do cosplay, and I was making my Jack Frost staff, from Rise of the Guardians, for the first time. And this was the first ever thing that, I was hand making for, like, a cosplay. And I was following a tutorial, and I got to the point where I needed to spray paint it. One would think that this would be a simple endeavor. One would think you would put it down, take it outside, put it down on some cardboard, spray one side, let it dry, spray the other side, let it dry, and then fill in any sort of cracks. I swear I didn't grow my brain cells until later in life. My dumbass was like, you know what would be a good idea? I'm gonna fucking hold it while I do this. Yeah, look, I had to grow my brain cells. They weren't fully developed yet.
Oh my god.
And so then I was holding it, and of course I got it all over my hands. Like, all over my hands. And my friend was over, and we tried to get it off. We tried acetone, we tried paint thinner, we tried literally everything that the internet told us would work. None of it worked. Sitting there staring at the bleach on the kitchen counter that my stepmom uses to wash the dishes, and I'm like, you know what would be a good idea? Soaking my hand in bleach. That'll get it off for sure. And my friend was like, don't do that. That's not a good idea. And I'm like, fine, alright, I won't do that. They leave, and as they get in the car, they're like, don't do that. I'm like, yeah, alright, Whatever. As soon as they leave, as soon as their car is out of view from my house, I am in the kitchen with the bleach. I get the hot water started, and I fill the sink with hot water and bleach, like just a capful, but
And the bleach.
hot water and a capful of bleach. And I get to work using a, what are they called? Like the copper scrubber thingies that you would use to scrape off like caked, like burnt on food on your metal pans.
Oh, that's so hard on the skin.
It didn't feel good. It didn't feel good. No, it felt very bad, actually.
I can imagine between the chemical burn and the abrasion.
Well, see, the chemical burn didn't happen until the abrasion happened. See, it was fine until I broke the skin. But the paint did come off.
Something came off. Something.
The paint came off because my skin came off. But the paint came off. And the next day, I have, like, across, like, my thumb and the top side of my hand was the worst spot, where I had, like, you know those, like, souvenir pennies that you flatten and they're oblong?
Yeah.
Like, one of those in shape and size across where my thumb meets my hand.
Oh.
Giant, red, angry looking chemical burn and raw skin. And I had a couple other little spots on the same hand. And I come to school and my head is hanging in shame. And my friend looks at me and looks at my hand. And it's like, what was the one thing I told you not to do? And I'm like, use the bleach.
And what did you do?
I used the bleach. And for the rest of high school and a year after, because this was like, not freshman year, but sophomore? No. Yeah? What's the second? Yeah, it's sophomore. Sophomore year of high school. From sophomore year, like the end of sophomore up until like a year after I graduated, I have had this nasty scar on my hand. And everyone was wondering, oh, sorry baby. Everyone was wondering, what happened to your hand?
Change the story every time. Wasted opportunity.
Well, see, that's what my friend told me to do, and I'm like, no, because I need to experience the shame.
I need to repent. I remember the first time you told me this story, and I got, like, physically angry.
Yeah, you weren't happy with me. You weren't happy with me with that story.
I got really mad at you.
You did. You did. But technically for good reason. And I mean,
I kind of have, like, my own shitty fucking, what is it, spray paint story.
oh?
It's nothing crazy. Just bad practice in general. Again, no, this wasn't sophomore year. This was freshman year. We were doing a history project. Fuck history, first of all. Hate it. Shit ass of a subject. Not really. I just can't remember timelines. The project was fun. We had to make a eulogy for a historical figure. And we were given Peter the Great for the fucking life of me, no, I cannot tell you anything about him.
Fair
The
enough.
only thing I remember is that we looked up photos of him because we were gonna make like a tombstone and put the eulogy on it. Because it was me and my friends, and of course we're gonna go hard because that's what always happens when you're given like good partners. And we looked up photos of him, and he had the stupidest fucking expression on. And we spent like the next like 20 minutes of class laughing at it so hard that it was like pissing off our teacher. Because we were working, but every now and then one of us would just like tilt the computer over and it'd be the fucking photo. And then we just start up again. But anyways, what we did with the tombstone is I went to, I think it was like AC Moore or Michael's or something, some good ass fucking art store that I absolutely stand. And I bought a whole bunch of tricks of styrofoam and like fake grass and shit like that. And I was building this tombstone because my partners were like, okay, you build it and we'll do literally everything else. So we could like split the work.
You're the artist, you do the art thing, and we'll handle the other stuff.
You do construction thing. Which was like fair enough, but also fuck you for making me go buy the supplies. But, so I was building it, and I had to paint the styrofoam because it was like bright white, and I needed it to look like a tombstone. I didn't want to paint it because it was styrofoam, and styrofoam has that weird ass texture on it, and it like flakes and shit.
Fair enough.
So I bought spray paint. I live in Connecticut. It is cold. I'm not gonna go outside and do this in the middle of fucking winter.
You gave me shit about fumes. Fuck you.
No, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and wipe my hands with bleach. That's not what I did.
No, I'm talking about the time I was sealing my mushroom staff, and you were giving me shit about fumes inside.
Yeah, because I learned my lesson. Fuck you. So, I'm in my basement, something that you will never know about. And
no, I won't, because we don't have basements. They're illegal.
Okay, so here's the thing. They're illegal?
I mean, they would be, like, with the water line and shit, unless you really want a moldy, unstable house.
I don't know why I was thinking, like, felony type shit.
It's a felony to have a basement! On the coast! Down here! They'll bust into your house! Fuck you up!
You're enjoying your fucking Christmas with your family, and then you just hear FBI!
FBI!
We heard you got a basement!
We heard you have a basement. Oh.
Anyways, I was in my basement. I was perfectly happy with the way that this tombstone was coming out. Perfectly carved. And I start spray painting. The basement doesn't have windows. At least ones that they have ones that I can't open. And it was fine. And then it wasn't.
That's about how it always goes. It was fine until it wasn't.
Until it wasn't. And I remember I was like in like a partial group chat with my teammates. I say partial because we had one that was missing because back then the only way to communicate with her was through emails, which felt like oddly wholesome because she's like one of the sweetest people I know. So I would just keep getting emails from her where it was like, don't forget to wear gloves. Make sure that you do this in a well-ventilated area. And I was like, yeah, okay. And then I didn't.
Yeah.
But I will say that the project did come out really good. The basement did smell like chemicals for like a while because the only way to air out the basement is if you leave the door leading upstairs open.
Jesus. That's really funny.
I have moments of dumbassery.
As do I.
As much as I try to pretend that I don't, I do.
As much as you give me shit for mine.
I want you to be better. Hold on, give me a second. My dad's calling.
Okay. Do.
He called me to ask if we needed milk. Yes, we do. Because I used all of it in a mad dash to get to my dairy class. My coffee today was like 60% milk. I overfilled it way too much.
I actually have a worse chemical burn story.
A worse one.
A worse one.
Okay, go ahead.
It happened at school.
Oh, good.
So, you know it's good then. We were doing a project in class, and it was one of our science classes. I don't remember which one. And they were like, yeah, so here is a penny, and it's really, really dirty, and you can choose any of these chemicals to clean it. And of course there was a right way to do things. But see, I was in a class. Hold on. Baby, what is it? Okay. It begins. But I was in the group of people that didn't know what the hell they were doing. Everyone else knew what they were doing. Everyone else knew what was happening. I hadn't been paying attention like the entire class, and I think I missed like the past like 2 days. So, you know, of course that made it like way worse. And hi. Get out of my Coke, please. And so we're like, there's a simple solution to this. And we looked at all the chemicals. There was bleach, there were cleaners, there was stuff that you could have easily made like the ammonia gas that could fucking kill people. There were soaps. There was all sorts of shit. And we're like, so the simplest thing to do is to have our cup and our penny and pour everything in the cup.
Oh, no.
And we watched the penny. It was getting clean, but it was also kind of eroding away.
You eroded a fucking penny?
Lincoln's face was no longer recognizable.
Oh my god.
And so watching that, of course, nobody wanted to reach in there and grab the penny. And
don't tell me that you fucked. I don't want to hear this anymore.
And I was in like a group full of boys, so you would think that one of the boys would be stupid enough to do it, right? Because, like, they're the kind of redneck boys that would do, like, stupid shit like hand feed a gator just because, kind of stupid. But they were not brave enough to reach in there. And I'm like, well, we need to get the penny. We need to get it, because if we don't, things are going to go bad. Really, really fast. And we're gonna get in trouble for... Well, technically cleaning the penny, eroding it away. So they were all too scared to do it. And I'm like, alright, cowards, if I'm gonna do this, one of you's gonna pay me. And they looked at me and they're like, you're not actually going to. I'm like, pay me money and I will stick my hand in there. I got $20.
Was it worth it?
Well, see, the fun part was after I stuck my hand in there and I got the penny out and we showed it to the professor, he was like, how did you manage to erode a penny? And we're like, we put everything in the cup. And he's like, you could have killed us all. That's not okay. And we're like, nah, it's fine. And then it kind of dawns on him, how did you get the penny out? And the boys in the group kind of looked around. And this was before I realized I was trans. And they were like, we made her do it. And I'm like, yeah, I got paid $20. And the teacher was angry. Because he was like a chauvinist kind of teacher. And he was kind of like, why would you make the only girl of the group do that? Idiots. Like, nobody should have done it to begin with, but then you made the girl of the group do it, kind of thing. And I'm like, yeah, my hand is burning and kind of hurts. Can I go wash this off? I've never seen a teacher freak out that hard. He's like, you're going to the nurse's office. And I'm like, alright, cool. I gotta go to class.
You're going to the fucking hospital.
No, I just went to the nurse's office and we washed it off with some base soap and I was fine. But it burned like a motherfucker.
I can imagine.
And my hand was like this bright red color for the rest of the day. How my parents and my grandparents never realized, like, never noticed, will always be beyond me. I will never know how they never noticed that. But they never did. So
I hate chemistry with a passion.
I think that's the class I was in too.
It sounds like a chemistry class. We had to take chemistry like freshman year for nursing, and it's fine, but I hate it. I hate chemistry. I'm not gonna front. It confuses me. It's complicated. It makes me angry. And you know what? Maybe I'll cry about it.
Fair enough.
We had two separate teachers. It was one teacher for the lecture portion and one teacher for the lab portion, which is always something that annoys me because then I feel like you get two sets of information for each class.
Yeah.
And the lab teacher, while she knew what she was doing, was a giant bitch. Like, she was the type of teacher that expected you to know what you were doing, despite the fact that that's why you're here, to learn.
Teach your damn self, you damn bratty kids!
Basically. How dare you fucking address me with a goddamn question? And the way that the lab was set up, everything felt so do or die, because it was honest to God, like, everybody for themselves. We were all set up at our own individual station that was, like, boxed in, obviously, because we're going to be working with chemicals, and there's, like vents and shit that any sort of production of gas can go into, and like if there's splash, it'll get caught by the walls. But having that like boxed in space that you have to work in made it feel like if I look at anybody, I'm committing a crime. It made it feel like when you're like in second grade and you're about to take like a multiplication test, so they bring out like those like divider cardboard pieces.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
It made
about.
it feel like that.
That's really funny.
And we had this one lab that was actually pretty fucking fun, where we had to make lotion.
Oh, neat.
But the catch was that each group was either had like some sort of fuck up, where it was either too much of something, too little of something, and you had to correspond with the other groups to figure out what it was. Like, what did you have too much of? What did you have too little of?
Mm-hmm.
And it was supposed to be a way of like figuring out like what components do what in this reaction. But the thing that I feel like these teachers forget is that we are all so socially anxious. And you combine that with a class where the teacher has been like a drill instructor. None of us know what the fuck we're doing. But there's still like this like silent thought of like, I'm the only person that doesn't know what they're doing. So everybody's like really anxious about the fact that they don't know what they're doing.
Oh.
And we're all like moving around the class with this little jar of like fucking like concrete.
Oh.
And we're like, what did your reaction do? Oh, yours is liquid. Mine isn't liquid. What did you guys have that we didn't? So it was fun, but it was really fucking funny trying to traverse.
Oh goodness.
And then I had one lab where I just absolutely did not understand what the point of the lab was. So I was like bullshitting my way through it the entire time.
Oh, of course. Of course. There's always that one class.
It was so... I hate doing that in chemistry labs in particular because of the fact that that's so dangerous. Like all the chemicals and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, because, like...
Yeah.
My team probably should have been supervised more.
I had this one kid in my high school chemistry class. First of all, at the teacher that tried to convince me to take a honors chemistry class. Anyways, we had a lab where it was also dealing with like pennies and nickels and shit, where we had to like change the color of these pennies and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So we had one chemical reaction that would turn them gold, and then another one that would turn them silver.
And another one that would turn them green if you rusted them.
Be silent. And another one that melted the face off.
Nah, that's mine. That's mine and it's patented.
But that was a really fun lab, I will say that. But the funny shit that happened with it is that I had this one kid, like I've explained to you like the layout of my my science school, where it's like I had the science school in the morning for 2.5 hours, and then they'd bus us to my regular high school.
Yeah, you used to text me on the bus.
I missed that bus. The last bus ride before I graduated was so melancholic. But anyways, in this class, one of the kids that would go back to my school with me thought it'd be a really good idea to try to pull the wool over the cafeteria lady's eyes. And we had this little shop where you can buy like chips and like brand name juices and cookies that someone would bake in to bring to the kids.
Sounds
Like,
fucking
really nice.
awesome.
Yeah, and I made friends with the lady there. I'll go into that later on though. But he tried to fucking buy food with pennies, playing them off as nickels. On top of the fact that he colored them silver.
That's really funny.
He was like convinced that it would work. And obviously it fucking didn't because it's a penny.
Like the weight and shit's different. You'd have a better time trying to convince him it was a dime.
And the defeated look he had on his face when he returned to the table, I think had me giggling. Periods.
As it should.
But yeah, that little setup was super nice. When I first started high school, I don't know what I was expecting. To be quite honest, I thought I'd be dead by the like halfway point of the semester.
Fucking Jesus! Go on!
I thought I was gonna get like shanked or something. And I thought, like, I didn't understand the fact that, like, I mean, I understood it, but I was like, I'm me. And I would buy my lunch every day. Despite the fact that we had, like, the regular free lunch.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just, hi, I'm an anxious fella. And I think I was literally just too anxious to figure out the line system. Because our lunch had, like, 4 different lines, depending on what you wanted to eat. Like, there was, like, a hamburger line, like the daily special line, the hot dog line, stuff like that. And I was always too nervous to ask anybody because I didn't know anybody my first couple of weeks. And I'm not a social butterfly, as evidenced by the fact that I still don't have any college friends halfway through my fucking junior year. And I just bought my lunch every day because it was easier just knowing, like, I go up to this singular line, I buy my chicken nuggets, and I sit down. So the lady got used to seeing me every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I am so fucking serious when it comes to being nice to cafeteria ladies. Like, oh my god, I will throw fucking hands if anybody disrespects a cafeteria lady, because they are always the sweetest fucking people. And this lady, I think she started feeling bad for me, because it would get to the point where it was like I was spending a lot of fucking money just on my lunch. And like she would try to recommend, like, why don't you try getting in the line? And I think she could see like how fucking nervous that thought made me.
Oh, Joss!
Listen.
You poor soul.
So she would start like sneaking me things when I would order my food. Because what I would usually get, it'd be like $5 a day. And it would be like some chicken nuggets, a juice, some cookies, maybe an ice cream if I was feeling it. So it wasn't like, I mean, it's an American lunch. It's not like the most healthy thing ever, but it made me happy. And she would like, I'd order a pack of 3 cookies, and she'd sneak me like 5.
Aww.
So
what a sweetheart.
I went hard for this fucking cafeteria lady. Like that was my girl. I remember very distinctly. Like I started getting in the line, I think like halfway through my sophomore year. That's how long this went on. By the way, that's how long it took me to fucking figure out the lines.
Oh.
And I started seeing her less. And I like think about it every now and then, and I miss her.
Oh.
But I remember this one time, I went up to the line, and she was like super happy to see me because I hadn't gone up to the line in a while, and I bought out the entire tray of cookies.
Oh.
I think I. Because by then I knew like a majority of my class. This was back when I was in that ECE class where it was like a total of maybe 15 kids in the class, and we were all like anxious and tired because the class sucked, and we were all like super close knit and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And our lunch period was right before that class. Like the only thing that we would do was go put our bags down and then go to that class. So we were all like, our daily lunch routine was that one of us would sneak to the history teacher's classroom and be like, "Hey, what are we doing today?" And usually, if we're gonna have a quiz that day, he'd tell that kid. So then that kid would run back to the cafeteria, report the news, and we would all mass study together. No, we are not studying individually at home. We aren't.
Fair enough.
So we basically formed like a 15-kid clique in the cafeteria with this class. So I think at one point during the year, I bought out like the 2 trays of cookies that they had. I bet I pissed so many people off. But it was like, I think it cost me like all of $25 to do that.
I mean, they could have also done it if that's all it costed.
Yeah, it really wasn't that much. It's like, it seems like more when you're like a little high school kid, like with no job. Like back then, it felt like I just finished spending like $120 or something. Like that was just money that I saved up from Dad giving me money because he thought I still bought my lunch. I don't think I ever told him that I started switching to free lunches because I like would keep the money.
Yeah. I remember you telling me that too. And you were like having like a debate over it, like, should I tell him? No.
Like, I feel bad, but I didn't have any other source of money, and I felt like it was easier to just do that and save up. So if I ever had something where I wanted it, I could just get it without bothering Dad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I did that.
I did that. Me,
I did that. The history class fucking sucked. It sucked, but it was like I miss it sometimes.
Yeah, I get you.
I miss the camaraderie between everybody in that classroom. I remember it was a 2-part class. It would go on from sophomore year to senior year, and not senior year, sophomore year to junior year, and it was 2 different teachers. And I remember for the first part, they were like, "You study your presidents over the summer because we're gonna have a quiz on the presidents." And I studied it so hard.
And there was no quiz.
There was no quiz. I listened to songs. I had the Animaniacs fucking president song on repeat every day. I memorized them by their parties, like everything.
I think I remember that too, because you were so anxious about that test.
And it never came.
And it never came.
And when junior year rolled around and we were going into the second part, and they were like, "Study the presidents because we're gonna have a quiz," I was like, "Yeah, okay." And guess what?
There was?
We had a fucking quiz! We had a fucking quiz. I was so mad. I was so mad. I think I got like all of like maybe 10 presidents right on that quiz.
Just, aww.
Because I think they counted it as like, you need to get like the party and the president, and then like the terms that they served, like the years.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a lot.
I would have also failed. It's fine.
Or I was like really stupid. I don't know. Like I said, history is one of my least favorite subjects.
I mean, I also would have failed. It's fine.
I remember there was this one song for the presidents, that someone came out with, I think, in the middle of that school year, and I was really mad that it took them that long to release it because it was really catchy.
It would have made it a lot easier to do that quiz.
Yeah. Man, I'm fucking working on a commission right now, and I don't know what compelled me to do this type of shading. It's a side view of two characters, and I decided, yeah, I never tried like a light source behind characters before. Why don't I try it now?
Why don't I try it now when there's absolutely no need?
And this is killing me.
See, that's what I use my little draw me man for. I set him how I need him, like, roughly for what I'm doing. And then I put him under my lamp and adjust him to how the light is. It's a really good reference.
I'm gonna draw me man. God, my sugar cookies are rock hard, dude.
Why are your sugar cookies rock hard?
Because they've been sitting out in the cold for like, how long has it been since I made these? It's been a while.
God. The fact that you go, it's been a while, is really bad.
Let me see if you can hear this. I'm gonna tap on this sugar cookie, and I want to see if my microphone picks up how like hard this thud is.
Oh my god! How are you eating that?
I'm breaking it, and then I'm just sitting it on my tongue and letting my saliva disintegrate it.
I have concerns.
Fuck off with your fucking chemical birds. I don't want to hear your concerns.
That's not nice.
Fuck you! Do what I want. If I want to eat rock hard sugar cookies, I can.
Oh my god. I've been doing like little doodles of each of our stories.
Oh. You should do me in the cafeteria, lady.
Oh, I did you asking for 2 trays of cookies.
Oh, I see. Yeah, my freshman year was weird because I remember very distinctly. I eventually made friends, these 2 friends. One of them I keep in contact like regularly today. But I met them right my freshman year, but it took me until like halfway into the year to meet them. So until then, saying I was sitting alone feels weird because I wasn't, but I was sitting with a group of strangers that for some reason just decided to adopt me, but it was like the type of group where I didn't feel like they were adopting me for good reasons.
Oh.
If that makes sense.
Nefarious like, reasons.
I think they were just like making fun of me.
Oh, that's worse.
But I didn't have anywhere else to go.
Oh, that's so sad.
I swear to God, my high school life it wasn't as sad as I'm making it sound like it was. I swear. But I remember there was this one kid that the battery on his phone just imploded. I don't remember if he was fucking with it like himself, but something happened where he took it out of his phone, set it on the table, and it started smoking. It wasn't enough to set off any sort of fire alarm, but it was very visibly smoking. Like we were all like backing up to like a 10-foot diameter.
Good lord.
And I think one of them fucking poured like milk on top of it to try and cool it down or something.
That wouldn't help! What are you doing?
I remember, I think like that situation was one of the points where I was like, I need to get the fuck away from this group. Because I was such a goody two shoes in school. Mostly, like I just don't want any sort of fucking record. And
I was always known as the good kid in school, but I don't know if that's because I was a good kid or because I was just so fucking blasted because of my ADHD medicine that I just
so
did.
fucking blasted.
Look, you don't. Anyone who's taken ADHD medicine understands what that means. You walk around and you're in this like weird fucking haze, and it's like you're high, but not the good kind of high that's fun, like the bad kind of high where you're like a robot and you don't feel things anymore and everything is bad. And with mine, I also didn't eat, which was how my bad eating habits developed because my doctors were like, all right, this is bad. Like, you need to, whatever she wants to eat, let her eat because.
Just pack on calories.
Yeah, pretty much. Which developed bad eating habits because I wouldn't eat, like, anything good for me. Because why would I? I could say I'm not hungry and then get ice cream. But when I really just wasn't hungry, I wouldn't even eat sweets. I didn't want anything. It made me sick. It made me very, very ill. So I don't know if I was quote unquote good or I was just really fucking high from my ADHD medicine.
From some of the stories that you tell, I feel like you were a fucking chaotic little bitch.
Yeah, well, see, that normally all the chaotic stories happen when my medicine wore off. Like, this shit.
Yeah, you mentioned one time where it was like your teachers would get mad at you because, like, by the end of the day in clubs, you were like worn off from the medication.
Yeah, and I was full of energy, and I was able to participate better, and I could, like, speak.
What clubs were you in?
For a little bit, I was in a creative writing club, but not for very long. I popped in and out because my friend was in there. And I would pop in and out of the ag club to pick up my friend when I would take her home from school. But I ran the anime club from sophomore year to senior year. I ran that club exclusively, and I passed the torch to the next person because the apparently there used to be an anime club before I was there, but because nobody passed the torch, nobody got on board to do it anymore. So, you know, I had to start from scratch. But no one was starting from scratch after I left. Yeah.
We had I was technically in a couple ones, but by the end of high school, I was basically mostly theater, and we had debate club that I think was formed in the middle of my sophomore year, and I joined purely because I was being petty, because we had those debates in my history class, and my first one I lost, and I didn't like that. Join debate club.
You say that like such a threat.
It is.
And I didn't like that, and they were going to pay.
I think like the first day we did like introductions, and one of the questions was like, "What got you into debate club?" And I think I literally said, "I'm here because I lost a debate in history class, and I want to learn."
I want to learn how to destroy other people's lives.
I need to learn how to make people fear me.
Well, I mean, you are now a very scary, effective mod on Discord.
Debate club trained me now.
I mean, am I wrong?
Months of debate club. Months of debate club prepared me for this. I will say that it did help with, like, the biggest thing when it comes to debate club is just improvising and quick thinking, because you're not supposed to know your prompt, so there's no real way to prepare for it other than just practicing your speaking skills and, like, how fast you can think up of crap.
Yeah.
And I remember there was this one debate session where the topic was, like, school systems, and this was back when I was, like, freshly coming out, so I was, like, very invigorated by the fact that I was, like, outrageously gay. And there was this one prompt where it was like, the house will make it mandatory, or the house will ban or something, same-sex schooling or something amongst those lines. And we were given the side where we had to argue that that was a good idea, i.e. that same-sex schools were bad. And I think at one point there was, like, this, like, the other side said something amongst the lines of, like, same-sex schooling should not be not be removed because students should have the right to an education system where they don't have to worry about getting distracted by things like romance or whatever. And I think, like, I very aggressively scribbled on my notes, gay people exist.
That's. I'm actually honestly surprised you didn't just scream it.
I eventually got to it because there is, like, a thing that you can do in debate clubs where you can interject in the middle of someone giving their side. But I didn't like doing it because I liked saving my points to rebut them after, because I feel like it feels stronger when you're able to undermine their point without giving them a chance to explain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless it's an absolute gotcha, I didn't like doing the interjections.
Yeah.
And
well, I don't know. That's an absolute gotcha if I've ever heard one.
Are you saying that gay people do not exist? You say you're a homophobe and leave. But it gave me, like, a segue that was absolutely perfect, that I think is what gave us the win, because the moderator we had was, like, very chill. I like, when I got up to speak, I, like, absolutely, like, would not drop that point of, like, this would be such a disadvantage to, like, kids who are in the middle of transitioning, because now you're putting them in a situation where they need to transfer schools or face the ridicule of being in a same-sex school while identifying as different sex or different gender. I mean, it's like, I would not fucking let them, like, forget that. And
tear their ass up. Tear them up.
Like, I had to make myself so impassioned by something that I actually do not give a fuck about. Like, I don't care about same-sex schools. I have no idea what the actual regulations are for, like a trans kid in a same-sex school. But I just assumed the worst, and I ran with it.
Always assume the worst.
And I think it helped that I don't think anybody in that debate knew how same-sex schools actually function. I don't think any of us knew. There was that debate, and then there was the classic, like, should kids be forced to wear uniforms debate, which is also something I, like, barely cared about because I don't think I wore uniform anyways. Like, we had it mandated, but
That was one of
I
the things we were told to argue about, and that was one of the things that I was like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, because then people could wear the exact same outfit and you couldn't get mad at them if their body types made it seem more lewd than it was. Because that was something that always pissed me off in school, right? In high school, I was not fat. I was very skinny. Like, very, very skinny. But I was short. And I had these gigantic fucking totters, and I still have them. And it's just so bad because, like, I could wear the exact same thing as somebody else, but because my body type was the way that it was, I would get in trouble for it, you know? And I could literally even point out they're wearing the exact same thing. And they're like, yeah, but their titties aren't hanging out. They ain't got no titties, Martha!
Martha!
What the fuck?
I never even considered that. Was that a point that I ever thought about? That is a good point, though. I'm just like, I'm jotting it down.
Yeah, you're jotting it down, you're ready.
I think the points that we would focus on a lot is the cost. Because, I mean, obviously I came from like a shitty urban school, so there wasn't a lot of money to go around. So if you're going through, you know, like the phase where you're growing every year, it gets kind of fucking tedious to buy a new uniform every year.
Yeah, I could see that.
There was that, and then I remember a part to support uniforms was like similar, where it was like you can't ridicule a student based on the uniform because we're all wearing the same fucking thing, but it was more in relation to like students bullying each other.
Yeah. Nah, this was staff bullying.
Get Martha.
Fucking. Cause like they'd make the point of your titties are hanging out, and hers aren't, and that's why it's bad. What titties? She is a washboard. If she had some, they would be out.
The disrespect that I'm hearing towards itty bitty titty committee.
Nah, it's alright to be flat chested, but it's not alright to like hate on girls with big chests and tell them they can't wear something and that the flat chested girls can just because they're flat chested, because that's not okay.
Mm-hmm. I guess it's, I don't know, I think when it comes to my body, I'm weird with it, because it's like, technically I'm not flat chested, but I think my stomach outweighs my chest, so it seems smaller than it is most of the time.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm over here fighting the company to get mine removed.
Have there been any updates on that?
Well, I'm waiting on the plastic surgery place to fill out the form they needed to fill out for me, and I can't get that back till next Tuesday. And once I get that back, I can mail everything off, and then hopefully I'll hear something.
On God, we gonna take your tits off, I swear. Let me zoom out and see how the shaving is looking.
I also like the picture I did of you for debate club. for the debate club story.
I won't lose again.
Not again!
Ow! Ah.
What'd you do?
The sugar cookie fought back.
See, what's another good story of my youth? I have a lot of them. It's like an endless flow of them. What's a good one that kind of feel along like the high school? Oh, did I ever tell you how me and she was like my first friend of high school. Like, I had friends from middle school that were there that I interacted with, but she was like my first high school friend. I don't want to say her name because we're on the internet, and I don't know how she feels about that. But, the one that had the baby. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you how we met?
Mm-mm.
Alright, so we were in English together, and English was like my worst class because I always had this mind of like, this is stupid. They're making us read all these books, and that's not even what's on the test at the end of the year. This is such bullshit. Like, this should be split off between a literature class and a grammar class. Not the same thing where we just read different books every year and then have to crunch study at the end of the year just to fucking pass a test. It's stupid and I hate it. But besides that, we were in the same English class. And we had done like a project together before. Not like a project, but like one of those stupid like show your work to this other person and see what they think about it, because it was like a writing prompt kind of thing. And everyone had already kind of paired up because they had friends, and she had just moved there from Japan, so she didn't really know anybody, and I wasn't social. So we ended up paired up together. Yay! And from there we kind of, I would talk to her and we would kind of pair up a lot, because, I mean, that's just how it worked at that point in time. And one day, I'm always sat in the back of the class, because like I mentioned before, with my ADHD medicine, I was a zombie and I always behaved, so they would always put the bad kids up at the front, and then I got to sit in the back by myself to do whatever the hell I wanted. Which, probably not always a good thing, to leave me unattended for too long. And I had my sketchbook at the time, and I was doodling inappropriate things.
You gave me shit about enemas.
I'm not explaining in detail what the things are. That's something you'd have to pay to ask. Not going into detail about what I drew. Just know that it was inappropriate. I was drawing porn in class of something. And I'm like, you know what? This is a good test of friendship. And I looked over at her, and she was sitting beside me, because she was also a good kid. Quote-unquote good kid. And I'm like, psst, psst, look over here, look at what I'm doing. She looks over. I've never seen a person's eyes go that wide before. She had this like look of disbelief of, I can't believe you're getting away with doing this in the middle of class while the teacher is talking. Like, the teacher is right there, what are you doing, kind of thing. And she just kind of looked at it, very wide-eyed, very like, what is happening? And then looked at me, and then looked back to the drawing. And we've been best friends ever since.
The in-between is lost in the details.
Yeah, so, like, at that point, she kind of realized this person is weird and I'm not getting away from them ever again.
That's when she noticed she is a hostage.
Pretty much. And we became best friends ever since, and it was pretty great. Pretty great.
Okay, here's a new topic in relation to schools. Did you have that one weird kid in class, or were you that one weird kid in class?
It depended on the class.
Because I've told you the story before, but I'll tell it again for the sake of the stream. In middle school, I had this one chick that had beef with me for no fucking reason.
I mean, I've worn dog collars and shit to school, yes, but I was never like the one weird kid. There was always someone worse, because I was always pretty quiet.
I think the worst thing that I ever wore to school was in elementary school, which I feel like I should deserve a pass because it's elementary school. But I wore like a Naruto headband around my neck.
That's
for,
fine.
I think like a solid 2 weeks.
No, that's fine. That's fine. You're okay. There's worse.
Fine, says the kid that ran the anime club.
There's worse things.
Like this fucking bitch that wore a wolf tail and barked at me.
Yeah, you could have been that chick.
God, I never will I be that chick. I don't think I have the energy to be that chick.
You're in a furry server and you don't have the energy to be that chick.
Someone comes at me with the ooh woo and I'd be like, oh no.
Ooh woo, oh no. Like the anti-Kool-Aid man, but for furries.
Oh. The big club didn't prepare me for this. What are you drawing? I just looked at this screen. Not like this.
A recap of my story.
Oh my god.
With a gigantic censor bar. Also, it was my first ever time drawing porn, and it was in the back of my English class.
Not like this. Trying to find a way to put all of my clipping group layers into a folder because I have a lot of them. And I hate seeing all of my layers open where I have to scroll.
No, I know what to draw for your story because you haven't finished it yet. But I know exactly what to draw for it.
Oh, you're talking about the wolf girl?
Yeah.
Okay, so this girl had beef with me. And I think the only reason she had beef with me was because we were both artists. And I don't want to talk down on anyone's art, but I was more experienced. And she had this thing with wolves where, like, I bet, child, you know that she'd be on wolf quests like 10 hours of the day. And she wore a wolf tail to school. She wore glasses with the lenses punched out, like, torn up, like, fishnet arm, like, stocking things. Like, she had a whole look and a whole vibe. And her thing that she likes to do is that when she would get in arguments, she'd get right up in your face and she'd be like, I'm the alpha and you're the omega. Like, all seriousness. And she never did it to me. Thank God. Because I don't think I'd be able to fucking function if someone came up to my face and did that to me. But just witnessing it was enough to fucking scar me for life. Yeah, I did not like this chick. Oh, I was about to say her name.
Yeah, outer. Outer.
I'm gonna out her. No, but she has a name that sounds very close to starting with a B, and usually is started with a B, but hers was started with a V, like violin with a V. And
how does that turn to a B sound?
I don't want to. I can't explain it without saying the name. But she would get very offended if you didn't understand the fact that it was a V instead of a B. Which is like, please shut the fuck up. Please shut the fuck up. Like, it's not that serious. It's a letter. Try having your whole fucking name misspelled. Like, I have like 5 different iterations of my goddamn name.
On coffee cups alone.
On coffee cups alone. 5 different iterations of my name, and the actual one is never found. Never. I had someone misspell my last name, even though they were a teacher and should have had it on file. Like, you could have just looked. Like, I know you had a list, because you did it on something that would have required a list. I doubt you have all of the students memorized. Like, I don't understand. Anyways, I hate furries.
Which is why you are one.
No one hates furries more than furries.
This is a true fact.
I joined a Discord server called Snow Givings 2020. And all they do in this server is do giveaways for like really expensive shit. And I think it's like an actual like verified server from Discord. But there's like thousands of people in here.
Yeah.
I finished the shading on this, but now I'm struggling because I don't know what to do with the background to make sense of this light source. Oh, I think I got it. God. You know what we should do after this stream?
What should we do after this stream?
Is that him?
Huh?
It's Kay!
What? I just woke up.
I can hear that. Welcome to the stream, Kay. We've missed you, bud.
How was your sleep?
Shit.
Fair enough.
Okay, fair enough. Wait, Kay, now that you're here, you gotta chat shit about your school experiences.
my school experiences. I don't know.
We're talking.
We've
We're
been
talking.
talking about like shitty things that happened or like stupid things we've done,
And
weird people that we've
my
encountered.
my worst chemical burns.
I have so many.
Oh, did I ever tell you about the fucking like wolf girl that would like bark at people when she got mad
Yes,
in my school?
yes, you did. You told me about that.
I'm the alpha. You're the omega.
You're the omega.
Oh
Fuck
god.
off.
I had. There's been one time my friend accidentally set off the fire alarm and got suspended for like a week. That was pretty funny because I was like right next to him when he did it. Um,
Fair enough.
we had a fake bomb threat called so a kid could not do a test. He called he called a bomb threat just so he could skip his test, and he just had to do it like the next week anyway. So
All for naught.
What's the punishment for kids that do that?
I'm pretty sure it went on his like
Domestic terrorist.
yeah, he's no flyer now, no flyer. No, I'm pretty sure it goes on his like criminal record. Like it it happened, but I don't think he gets like actual punishment for it. I'm pretty sure he got expelled from the school. That's like one punishment that happened.
God, imagine having a fucking criminal record because you were trying to get out of a fucking test.
I mean, there's this one chick in
it's
my
a
school
fake
that
bomb threat. It's like pretty serious.
there's this
I
one.
know, but
There's,
like that
police.
being the motivation is so fucking dumb.
It's actually more serious than you think because it's not just he called in a bomb threat and that was it. He called in a bomb threat, had packages and envelope. Like
No.
he had the whole shit going on and it was all fake. I'll be right back.
Jesus.
I'll be right back after dropping all that. We had this one thing that kind of similar that happened in my middle school where it wasn't a kid trying to get out of tests, but it was these kids just shooting the shit, I think. And they called in some sort of bomb threat, and the school had no evacuation plan ready. So getting the students out literally just involved getting the students outside the front doors. Like, if there was an actual bomb, this would not have saved anybody.
Oh yeah, that's kind of how ours were. It's just like go this many feet from the school, but like if the school blew up, she would make you use the one that's right there. And this chick thought it would be smart. I used to be friends with her, so I'm not gonna say her name. She thought it would be smart to go into that bathroom, drink from a water bottle that was filled with straight ass vodka, and fucking
I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome back. Yes.
Yes. Is there people watching this?
I don't think so.
there it looks like there's one other person besides you, Joss.
Oh.
That's probably you though. Are you counting yourself?
I'm not watching it. I don't have it pulled up.
How do you know? How do you know? Joss is watching it then?
Because I keep
Or how do you
reacting
know?
to things
How do you
on
know
the
the
screen.
amount?
Because on my Streamlabs, it tells me how many viewers I have.
Where's the?
A link?
You self promoed.
Yeah.
but your link in self promo takes you to the server, not your YouTube. Is that intentional?
There's 3 links attached to it.
Yeah. One of them is to the Discord channel. There's
Oh, no. Can someone fix that?
You have to fix
I
it. You have to edit your
only
message.
How do I...
you copied the Discord channel ID instead of the YouTube link.
Silly.
Ah, damn it.
Why is that me again?
I'm such an idiot.
You drawing me again, what the fuck?
Yeah, and John, you being all sleepy. Let me put... Time for a small
Copy
intermission.
the link to the message.
Yeah. Alright, hold on.
Cool.
Copy, link, paste. Okay, there we go. Edit. You know what's sad?
Ah, Jesus, can you fucking yawn any louder?
That wasn't even loud. What? I
Okay.
can
Right into
actually
the
go loud.
fucking mic.
My mic does not. I've told you this before. My mic is set in place. It cannot move.
Yeah,
I cannot get
but when you
closer
fucking
or
yawn,
further away.
it sounds like you're like swallowing your mic.
I'll fucking swallow my mic in a second. You'll be sorry.
Do it. Go ahead.
No, this is a charity stream. I will not do it on such a Wait till the stream's over, then I'll do it.
Okay, swallowing his mic is a very private occasion.
Exactly.
Alright, I might need people to if you retweeted my other post on Twitter, you're gonna have to retweet the new one, because I also did it there. 'Cause I'm an idiot. And I didn't notice.
How did you not notice that?
I don't know, but this is why Kay needs to be here.
I am holds this place together.
You are. Alright.
Somebody's gotta do it.
Intermission over. Oh. Alright, let's see here.
How out here drawing fucking circles. Oh, wait, probably shouldn't say that here.
No, it's fine. I talked about the first time I talked about how I met my best friend. From high school.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Chris gave me shit about discussing enemas in a medical sense. And then started talking about how he drew NSFW in the back of his class.
I didn't explain what it was.
I was gonna say he can give you shit about talking about that, but then he did that, so it's not okay. He
Yeah.
hypocritical.
He bullied me.
I didn't though, but okay.
You got the Game Awards on.
The what?
What are you, a gamer?
Yeah, I'm a gamer. The Game Awards 2020.
Haha.
Haha. Do you have a gaming PC? Haha.
You have a PC. That's crazy.
You have a desk? Haha. No way.
Fuck off.
Ah! See, that's bullying. I wouldn't bully you like that.
I'm so weak.
Chris has a desk now and I'm upset because my circle of support is dwindling.
I mean...
Wait, you have a desk now?
Sort of. It's kind of like a...
He made himself a little setup.
Yeah. And
It's
took...
makeshift, but it counts.
It took 2 hours to get it in here, and I broke 2 pieces of furniture getting it in here. So...
That sounds about right. I put a hole in the wall trying to get my desk into my room.
Did you fucking really?
Who, me or Kay?
Yeah, my desk is massive.
My God.
I mean,
Mine's
you don't
not
know what my desk looks
massive,
like?
it's just
fucking enormous.
awkward.
My
Mine's
desk is awkward and enormous.
because it's one of those
L.
like
It's an L desk.
yeah, mine's like a mine's like a pentagram like
Ayo! You doing Satanism
Ayo.
shit?
no. I am not.
Yo, this is a charity stream.
Yeah.
Are you saying
Like the shape though, like the 5
Are you saying demons and Satanists can't? What's the word for people who follow?
Satanist.
It's not Satanist, is it?
Yeah.
That sounds weird. I thought there was another word. I don't know. It's just one of those things that just sound weird in my head. Doesn't sound right. Are you saying Satanists? I'm not. You're making it weird. Shut up. Are you saying Satanists can't support charities? What the fuck?
Listen, I'm not saying that they can't,
That's bullshit.
but you know, do they?
I don't know. Do they? You're doing
I
it.
don't know. That's it. I'm leaving.
No.
You're literally the one they support. Look at you. You're fucking the thing.
Oh, I'm Satan. That's fine. I thought you were calling me a Satanist. No, it's fine. I'll be Satan.
Being Satan is okay. Being a Satanist is bad.
Yeah, I'm not no follower. The hell.
Yeah, that's the reason it's bad. Jeez, I feel sorry for anyone watching this stream.
I don't. Continue to watch, please.
Oh yeah, continue to watch, but I feel sorry for you, and nonetheless.
I'm going so hard on this commission. I just want it to be over. I will finish it within this one.
Let me see what commission.
How about
which
you
one?
fucking ask first?
I just did. I was literally just asking just now, and then you told me to ask first. Alright.
That's crazy
cool.
because I didn't hear a please.
Please. May I
Okay.
see, please?
Ma'am, may I DM you, ma'am?
Ma'am, may I slide in those DMs?
Here. To my art channel. Ma'am, may I
It's
see
that
your
one.
DM?
It's that one.
I love that my post to Twitter was like, one day I'll be able to post the right link.
Oh yeah, you messed up last time too, huh?
Yeah. Not as bad as this time though. I think this time was worse.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
When are you gonna get your shit together?
I don't know. One day. I mean, I did follow through with my promise with the better mic.
Hey
Mm.
tacos for dinner. Let's go.
I had Taco Bell already.
Oh, Taco Bell.
There's tacos for dinner. That's what I said. Let's get it. Let's pog.
It's Taco
poggin'.
Thursday.
Hey, you ready for school?
No.
What the fuck?
Get up, it's time for school. It's time for school.
You ready for school?
Wakey, wakey, it's time for school. It's time for school. Fuck! Fuck! Fuck you! Fuck!
Chokes. Why? What happened?
I went through the process of changing all of the fucking, like, colors on the line art, and then I realized I still need to put, like, the border on it anyways. so I'm gonna have to do it again. Hating it. I'll never be happy. Talking about never being happy, Chris, you never answered if you want to watch Hamilton with me or not.
Hamilton?
Yeah.
I thought you asked if we were being blue-balled today.
No. Well,
Wait,
that
why are you talking
question
about
is still
being
on the
blue
table.
balled?
Yeah, you gave me shit about talking about enemas, and now we're talking about blue balled.
Yeah, but it's in reference to watching The Greatest Showman, so.
That movie is such a mess.
That's an inside joke, though.
That movie is such a mess. It's such a mess, but I keep coming back to it like a bad relationship. It's like all I remember are the good things, and then once I'm there, I'm like, why did I come back? This is shit. I just want to see Hugh Jackman again.
I think that's why you asked, because I brought that up earlier.
No, because I
What?
asked you like 2 days ago, and you never fucking follow through with me anymore. Angie.
Sorry. I
Why did you
mind.
say my name? You said my name. What?
Right, so this is the message that I got from Chris today, and I want your opinion.
Oh,
I
boy.
got a message today when I was waking up that said something amongst the lines of petition to get Hugh Jackman as the voice of God.
For Husband Hotel, for anyone who's confused.
No, stop. I would have liked it better if it was just Hugh Jackman voices God now. God.
It's like oh my god, did you guys ever
Like,
watch the movie
Hugh Jackman, Hugh Jackman doesn't have to do anything. God just changes his voice to match him. That's what happens.
Fair enough.
Yo, God better pay Hugh Jackman royalties. Talking about
Yeah,
getting
God
paid.
doesn't have to. God doesn't have to pay him shit. He's the reason he even exists. That's royalties enough.
Toxic. Toxic.
Don't make me perform my toasters out in this bitch, because I just saw the image on Twitter again and I can do it.
Wait. Okay,
What?
here's an update on the commission situation.
They messaged you, didn't they?
Yeah. But also, guess what
Yeah.
I did?
Oh no, what'd you do?
So, they couldn't take a full body right now because of their queue, so I got a half body. But also,
Okay.
Limbo was doing $25 headshots.
Yo, you got commission from Limbo.
I got a commission from Limbo.
What'd you get? Of
I
Elia?
got Elia. Yeah.
Pog. Yo, tell him I sent you. Get me in better.
Grubby ass motherfucker.
I mean, I did, didn't I?
Hand rub emote.
Rubby hands.
Grubby hands. I think Elia might slowly be becoming like a character that like is probably gonna be sticking around a while. Like even if I start losing interest in Has-Been or something. Elia is like very easy to draw, which I think is helping my fixation on him right now. I say that as if I don't have full control of how all of my characters look. It's purely my own fault that my characters end up so complicated to draw.
They're not even that complicated.
No! Oh,
Huh? What? What?
my side just crashed.
Time for Clip Studio Paint.
I think I just went through all the stages of grief in like 3 seconds.
That's
I think
fair.
I heard them as well.
That didn't feel good. Chris,
Yes.
after stream, do you want to watch Hello Level episode 2 again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good Paul. Well, I wanna watch. I wanna watch. Don't hug me. I'm scared. When is it happening?
When I wake up and not feel like shit.
What the fuck?
What's your favorite idea? Mine is being creative. But where do you get the ideas? You just have to think creatively.
Green is not a creative color.
Oh,
Why the fuck is there a big chunk of skin on my elbow? What the fuck?
I'd be concerned if there wasn't a big chunk of skin on your elbow.
Aren't
No,
your elbows
peeling off.
supposed to have skin, Kay?
I meant a big chunk of skin missing. Fuck
That's
off.
the exact opposite of what you fucking said.
Well, it was still there, but it was like it was peeling off. I mean,
Ew. Lizard
Y-
it
head
wasn't
ass.
even it wasn't
You-
even a sore. It was just like a piece of skin.
You're
falling off.
exfoliating.
Ew.
Isn't exfoliation good? Why are you saying ew? Just because it looks gross.
Never in my life have I like peeled my fucking skin because my body decided to exfoliate on its
Have
own.
you never fucking been sunburnt?
No.
'Cause that's basically the same thing. But you've
I
never
don't-
been sunburnt?
I don't
What the
sunburn.
fuck?
I used to not be able to sunburn, but then for like years of my life, I stayed inside and never tanned again. So now I sunburn.
I remember the dreaded incident.
Which one?
The one I think where you took I think it was when you took Tiny and you had like the top on that had like the spaghetti straps in the back.
Was that when I had that henna tattoo?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because that henna tattoo became very permanent for a while.
It was really bad. You were like super red.
The tattoo
ever
went
told-
away, but it
I told this
didn't.
story about I like burnt both my arms really bad
Go
on a
on.
camping trip.
Ooh, go on.
Okay, so I'm a kind of a pyromaniac. I
Okay,
I
are you
just
a
like
fucking arson? Are you a fucking
I will not
arsonist?
I will not answer that. I will not answer that question right now. That is not the topic. I handled the fire like the campfire because this was out camping, and I just enjoy maintaining the fire because haha fire. Um,
Husband does.
I just freaked out because I had the stream open and I heard Chris laugh very quietly because it was very low. It scared the shit out of me. Um, I was getting too close and doing it too much that just like being so close to the fire and handling it for like this few days, I got like super minor burns all the way up both my arms. It wasn't like it was like probably the lowest of seriousness, but because the way burns work, the more serious the burn, the less you feel it
Yeah.
immediately because the nerves get damaged. So the nerves weren't damaged, but I could feel it all, and it was actually like excruciating. It was so painful, and it was like that for like a week. While I was camping, I was like there, and it was just being in being in the sunlight hurt. I'd always be in the shade. Um, if it wasn't wind helped it. If it wasn't windy, it would hurt. It was just so painful. It was like
My
I
God,
don't know.
Kay. How did you manage to burn yourself that bad?
Well, that's the thing. It wasn't that bad, but because it wasn't that bad, it hurt a lot. And it was because I was just playing with the fire. I was maintaining the fire. It might have also had to do with being near the fire and getting sunburnt, like the two mixed, and that was not a good combination, I guess.
I would say not.
Yeah, probably not. But it was like, it was hell. It was so bad.
I can't remember the last time I got sunburned.
Didn't you just say you don't get sunburnt?
Well, I don't now. I think I did at one point when I was like really little.
So, like, the exact opposite of me. Like, when I was little, I never got sunburned, and now I get sunburned all the time.
Yeah, now I go through like, it'll take me a while to put on any color, and then when I start putting on color, it comes like really fast. That's my process in the sun. That I don't burn. I miss going to the beach. I'm tired of living in a fucking hellscape that is this state.
Oh, you live in a hell state? That's cute.
Oh, fuck off.
No, Kay, she lives in the cold level of hell. Hellscape.
Doesn't sound like hell to me.
Fuck off.
How are we in these positions? How do you hate the cold but live in it, and how do I hate the heat but live in it?
It's
That's such
because you
That's
live in
because
it.
bullshit.
we live in it that we hate it.
No, I don't like. You're right, but I hate it. Stop.
Hee hee, Winter Wonderland. Gotta defrost my car for an hour and a half. Hee hee.
I don't even want snow. I just want it to be below 20 degrees Celsius at all times. And
My newest photo of Kay.
huh?
On the stream, my newest photo of Kay. Time to add a new
Horrified.
Wait, are you drawing it now?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you drawing?
You being a fucking arsonist.
Oh no. Trying to think of other stories. Um, there's a few more school stories, but I probably shouldn't tell them because they're not interesting as they are. They're not as interesting as they are like just shit things that happened.
Did I ever tell you guys about the two kids? They got really, really high in my school, and right as school was over, they started running through the halls with their arms spread out and making airplane noises.
Yeah, they're T-posing.
They're asserting dominance.
There's this one incident that's like just fuels my hatred for children. You wanna hear that one?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so trying to think of how it went down.
Sucks teeth.
Trying to figure out a way to word it so it isn't as bad for the stream.
Oh wait, I have a story when you're done.
Okay. Okay. Basically, a whole class. Oh no, I think it was 2 classes. There was kids in each class spread out, but basically they were grade 7 or 8, so the lowest grade in high school.
Mhm.
They were like, I don't know, like 12, 14-ish, I think. And they were just airdropping, right?
I don't know what that is.
Airdropping is when you send file or image or anything to nearby phones that have it enabled.
Oh yeah,
So it sends it to all phones nearby that have it
it's a
enabled.
Bluetooth function.
That
Yeah.
sounds like it ends terribly every time.
I used to do that in class.
If you're doing shit like they're doing, then yeah, it will end poorly every time because they were airdropping nudes of each other.
Oh.
Ew, what the hell?
They were actually, I don't know if this is the airdropping story or if they were just found out to be sending nudes to each other of each other, and it was like, see, the thing is, this happened once, and they were suspended for like 2 weeks, like every single kid, and the police were called and shit, and it was like a big incident. And then I'm pretty sure it happened again.
Okay, you act like children learn their
second time.
lesson.
No, I know they don't, but like, they did it the same way, and they got caught the same way. I think I got it. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay, it has to take a minute.
The process, his memories.
I gotta go let my mum in the gate. I gotta go
Go with
open
your
the
mom in.
gate for a car. I'll be right back.
Go with your mom in.
Shut up.
Fuck you, yeah.
Stupid, isn't it?
God. I'm like in the home stretch of fucking finishing this, and I'm getting like desperate. Like I'm feeling like itchy in my anticipation.
Oh, I think I have a really funny tidbit of information about my desk setup that might piss off some people in a good way. Like in a funny way. So you know I have that mini fridge, right?
Mm-hmm.
That Pepsi mini fridge. It holds about 6 cans or so. I just opened it. Grabbed a can of Coke out of it.
Stupid.
You know, the superior drink.
Have you ever thought about returning it?
No, because I like Pepsi too. I'm just being a jackass.
Stupid.
Plus, Pepsi was actually created in my state.
Fucking everything happens in North Carolina other than fucking first in flight from us.
We stole that from Ohio, I think.
No, you stole it from us too.
Oh yeah?
We have a fucking monument in the middle of our city saying it.
No. We own the piece of land where they took flight at. So fuck you guys.
You didn't even fucking mention us in Greatest Showman. Fucking kidding me.
Even though isn't Connecticut where the museum is?
Yeah. Connecticut is where majority of this took place, I'm pretty sure, but they left it very ambiguous. He was born here, he died here. He died in Bridgeport. It's fine, he was a shithead anyways, I don't want him.
I'm gonna complain about it, but I don't want him. Keep him.
I don't want it, it's fine.
I am almost out of Pringles, and I am sad.
I'm on the home stretch, baby.
I added Brian the koala to the stream as well.
Fuck that guy. He has chlamydia.
I figured he would be a nice addition since that's what we talked about and laughed so hard about last stream.
I don't want that guy around here. He has chlamydia.
He eats shit and has chlamydia.
If you have chlamydia because you ate shit, you don't get rights. If that is controversial, I don't care.
Fair enough.
Stop eating shit. This has been a message to the koalas.
This has been a message to the koalas. My God. Oh. Oh, let me turn off. I just realized I should probably turn off my alarm unless we want to hear that go off in the next couple minutes.
No, I don't want to hear that.
And it's not even You're Welcome this time. It's just the theme song of Heat Man from Mega Man 2. Along with the little jingle that chimes when you beat the boss.
I'm trying to figure out what to do with this background and it's killing me. I hate Christmas.
Alright. One of my... I think one of the charities, because one of the charities we should try to raise money for is maybe like a rescue, like a no-kill shelter or something.
Oh, that'd be nice.